Klay Thompson from the Golden State Warriors joining us. Klay, you guys have 9 losses already this season. You've talked all year that you weren't going to go after last year's record again, but what should the average fan think? Does Klay Thompson know he's on the air? What should the average?
I'm on. I was wondering if I was on the camera.
Yeah, yes, you are. Klay, the 9 losses this season.
Okay.
Is this a better team than last year's team?
Is this a better team? That's a hard question to answer. Well, I think we'll find out come May and June. Obviously, last year we had a really special year going 73-9, which has never been done before. You know, we're about to what game? How many games we played?
46-9.
So yeah, we're about to rattle off 20. Yeah, so we're about to rattle off actually 27 in a row and tie that record. You know, it's that's the goal.
You're not.
I'm just kidding. That'd be really hard, but it's possible.
All right,
but that would be really hard.
It would be very hard. You guys lost last night to the Denver Nuggets. You sat out that game. I was joking with these guys here. I think that's proof. Perhaps you're the best player and the leader of the Golden State Warriors. Is that what last night was about?
That sounds like a little overreaction, but with today's media,
it's a
that
joke.
Doesn't sound too far-fetched with what some people say. You know, they make a story out of anything these days. And give credit to the Denver Nuggets. They, Golden State worried us last night, making 24 threes, and they just had our number. And which is, I mean, that could be a potential first-round matchup down the line. So we'll see them back, and I think we see them one more time in Oracle. So we got to send a message that it will not be an easy out for them.
Klay, those of us in the media have a lot of discussion about who is the leader of the Golden State Warriors. Is that a discussion you guys even remotely have in your locker room?
Not really. I think it's leader by committee, really. I mean, we got so many vets who've been there and done it, and adding Kevin is another guy who's been in this league 10 years and done everything he possibly can. Besides win a championship, which he is all on board for. That's why he came to our team. He wants to do something real special for not just this year, but for years to come. And usually the most vocal guy is Draymond Green. And that's what makes Draymond go, is if you try to tell him not to talk on the court, he's not going to be the same player. And he plays with a great edge, and he gives everyone else that edge. And it's like a trickle-down effect from not only Steph to Kevin, but to the 15th guy on our team. So it's either Draymond, Andre, Sean. Steph leads by example, so does Kev. So I think it's just like leadership by committee, really.
For those of us in the media, Kevin's return to Oklahoma City, big deal for us. Was it at all a distraction for the Golden State Warriors going to OKC and having so much of the conversation be about Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook?
I don't think so. We just treat it like any other game during the regular season, which it wasn't, because the hype and the atmosphere was insane. It was something like I never really played in during a regular season game, which was really special. I mean, you wish every game could be like that. The electricity in the air. I mean, it was one of those few games where you get goosebumps during the regular season, that is. And obviously the media is going to hype up that match between Russ and Kevin a lot. They had some great years together, and we know that it was a tough breakup for both them, not only for Kevin Russ, but for the whole state of Oklahoma. They lost one of their beloved athletes and, members of the community. But we couldn't have had a better result. I think we played a great 48 minutes, and we had a lot of fun. And it's fun going into a building like that and quieting such a crazy crowd, because they were loud in there that night. I've never really heard boos like that in my NBA career. So that was fun to be a part of, and hopefully we'll get the same thing, I think, in late March when we go back.
This is probably a terrible question. I hate to preface it that way, but I got to be truthful. If you guys go back to the NBA Finals and somehow the Cleveland Cavaliers are not there waiting for you, would you be disappointed by that?
There's a little redemption factor you have in the back of your mind because what Cleveland did to us last year in the finals. So you kind of want to pay them back. But once you hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy, it doesn't matter who's in your path. We know how much of hard work it is to get to that position. I mean, going 2 years in a row is something that you can't take for granted. You got to give LeBron credit going, 6 times in a row? That's an amazing feat in itself. And I'd be very shocked if Cleveland didn't get back. I think they're the clear-cut favorite in the East. There's some good teams behind them, but, during the playoffs, your rotation shrinks. And it's more one-on-one sometimes, and I think Cleveland's built for it. So you won't see their best brand of basketball, I think, till playoff time, and same with us. So I don't think we'd be disappointed if Cleveland wasn't there, but it would be shocking if they didn't make it to me. I really believe that.
Have you heard the news today that Kevin Love will be out 6 weeks, and does that change your mind about the certainty? Again, he'll be back by the playoffs, but he'll be out for the next 6 weeks. Does that change your mind about the certainty of Cleveland returning?
Wow, I did not know that. I just actually heard that news. So I hope Kevin gets better. I mean, we're all competitors and we all go against each other, but you never want to see anybody in this league get hurt. You want to see everyone be healthy and active. And I think they'll be fine for 6 weeks, though. As long as he's back by playoff time, they should be all right. But they got a deep team. I mean, someone will step up. And they don't have to be the number 1 seed to, run through the East. So I think they'll be all right. And that's what they're built for. They got 2 other superstars on their team. So I think they're built to handle this little adversity they'll face.
We're joined by Klay Thompson, Golden State Warriors star. LaMarcus Aldridge has had something to say about 4 Golden State Warriors making the All-Star game and only 1 San Antonio Spur. Does he have a case?
Well, I think he had a case to make it, especially when you have the record they have. But I think we had a better case to have 4 just because of our record. We still are in the single-digit loss column coming up on All-Star break, which is pretty hard to do. So I think he has an argument there, but I don't know. I can't help him. I'm not going to argue with it. I'm happy to go with my teammates and my coaching staff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I never thought I'd be on an NBA team with 3 other All-Stars and 1 or 4 and 1 being myself. It's pretty surreal, and hopefully it won't be the last time.
Did you vote for LaMarcus Aldridge? Players have votes.
Man, I'm gonna plead the 5th on this one. I got my player voting confidentiality agreement, so I'm not gonna tell you who I voted for.
No one has to be in the voting booth with you.
Took that voting for granted. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
One final question, or one final serious question. 2 leading candidates for MVP: James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Who do you see as right now the MVP of the league? Maybe it's Kevin Durant. Maybe it's Klay Thompson. Maybe it's Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Harden, Westbrook. Who's your MVP?
I don't know if I'm in that conversation, but I mean, James Harden is up there just because same with Russell Westbrook, but the only reason I'd have James pegged ahead of Westbrook is their record. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't really see Houston being as good as they are, and they've had a very good year, and they've reloaded, so that's a team we could also see down the line. But you can't take away from either of those guys are averaging near triple-double. And same with what Kevin's doing. I think Kevin and Steph should even be in that conversation. Kevin's the most effortless scorer I've ever played with. I mean, the man's shooting like 52 or 3% from the field as a wing, and he's doing it, every night. And you couldn't really go wrong with any of those guys, man. It's kind of just what you prefer. But I think Russell and Harden obviously have the numbers. They're putting up some crazy numbers. So those 2 are probably the front runners. And I would say Harden's just ahead of Westbrook because of the record they have. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming.
Easier question, and you can pass if you want to. Grammy Album of the Year, Adele's 25 or Beyonce's Lemonade?
Good question. Man, both have great songs on them. I actually get to watch the Grammys. Who won?
Adele, 25, won.
Adele won?
Yes, but she basically
I've been a
said
Beyonce fan since Destiny Child, so I'm probably going to roll with Beyonce just because I'm loyal.
All right, what are you doing with chocolate milk?
But Adele, I'm nothing from Adele, though. She's great. Oh, what am I doing with chocolate milk?
Absolutely.
I've been drinking chocolate milk my whole life, actually. And when I
Me
signed
too.
up with this brand, I was stoked. Yeah, right? It's delicious. Who doesn't like chocolate milk? And it's just great for post-game, pre-game, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can drink it any time, and they make great polos. So
Have you had it with
chocolate milk's
peanut butter and
business,
jelly?
and
Have you had it with peanut butter and jelly? That's the best way to have chocolate milk.
have I had it for? Is it really?
Oh, it's awesome.
I actually have not. I've had it with dessert. I've had it with PB&J. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Wow, that's old school.
I'm an old man. Thank
And
you,
it's backed
Klay.
by science too. Don't forget that. Oh yeah, no problem.